you have a question for Coach, please use the hand raise feature. We'll call on you momentarily. We'll get started with Parker Fleming.
Hey, Coach. So in the second half, instead of rolling with Gorgie Dang, you put Clark at the 5. Was that to get him going on the roll and get him more spacing, or was it something that Atlanta was doing on their end?
Parker, I'd say I was trying to get BC going. There were some things that we wanted to do defensively, and then from an offensive standpoint, try to get a little bit more speed out there to try to kind of aid our offense. So it's a combination of a couple of different things that we wanted to inject life into our group. That's what we went with.
Sean Coleman.
Hey, Coach, going along with that, some 3 and 4 guard looks tonight, at different points during the game with Concher and Bain and others, especially John Concher seemed to give you that boost that you were looking for. Is that a look that the 3 and 4 guard lineups, a look you're going to start to feature more and more as these games goes along? It seemed like it had some success, especially in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, we're exploring a lot of different things lineup wise. I mean, we've got a number of guys out, which creates opportunities for other guys, and presents a challenge to me to figure out, is it more traditional, 2 bigs? I mean, we have KA starting, as our 4, and the more that we can get guards out there and playmakers and, driver shooters, those are the combinations we're trying to create. And it's early in the season, just trying to get some sample sizes on what groups are clicking right now, to find some successful basketball out there.
Drew Hill.
Hey, Taylor, back-to-back games now where I'm sure you've probably given up more than you would like. On the defensive end, what is it that you think needs the most work at this point? I know you still are going to have to look at the tape for this game, but initial reaction, what do you think that is?
A couple things, just, one, our discipline. We're just giving free throws up, for, I don't want to say a lack of aggression. We're just making repeated mistakes of fouling. So lack of discipline there. And then, one-on-one, we're getting really challenged. Teams are putting their heads down and driving us. And tonight was a poor example of being able to keep guys in front and have rotations. In the preseason, we were facing this challenge a little bit, but I thought our rotations were there to kind of, save the day. But today we had kind of a double negative where we couldn't keep guys in front of us and we didn't have great rotations and we kind of paid the price at the rim. So those would be the 2 things that really jump out to me.
Evan Barnes.
Taylor's second game in a row where the bench has kind of been just, a little inconsistent. Obviously, Melt is out, but just what do you kind of look for now to try to find a way to find some scoring from the bench right now?
Yeah, I mean, we'll take a look at it. This is a group that we've always talked about that's been able to, rise to the occasion. We just have some guys that are struggling right now. And, is it a matter of changing the lineups? We'll see. We just got to inject confidence in these guys and continue to give them a great game plan defensively and offensively to go out there. And hopefully they'll settle into a groove. A couple weeks into the season, we're still working on getting our rhythm. Our bench is huge to us. Those guys will turn it around soon because they put in the work. So that's what we'll focus on. And then, whatever decisions we need to make from a lineup standpoint to continue to find some great chemistry out there, we will.
Raphael Haynes.
Hey, Coach Raphael from the 3-point conversion. Coach, Kyle Anderson played big for you all today with a double-double. I know you don't expect him to get double-digit rebounds, but for him to be an impact on this team, is he one of the key people or the key person to get this team rolling where you want to go?
I think KA, it's awesome to see what he's doing from a rebounding standpoint. That's 2 games in a row. Obviously, playing at the 4 helps, but I think even last year, comparatively, he's doing a completely better job. With the interchangeability we have on the offensive end, I think he's understanding the impact that defensive rebounding has to create our, pace and space that we want to play with. His versatility defensively is something that we've always challenged him to continue to build on, and this is just another layer to it. So I'm really proud of him. His playmaking, his success on both sides of the ball has been really big for us. He's kept us in some games, and just to be able to have him go out there and make an impact on both sides of the ball is huge. So I can only expect more of that. Love his production, and he's doing a really good job, and his minutes are reflective of the impact he's making.
Last question, we'll go to Jan Zarari.
Hey Taylor, for you after this lose, what's the main points of progression and what can be put forward?
Well, we just got to, there's a lot of things that we got to clean up for sure. And it's kind of prioritizing the ones that we drastically need to change. it's going to be more of the same. You know, what we got to do defensively, you know, offensively, you know, give the Hawks credit. They did a good job taking away the paint, and we made enough threes in the preseason tonight, not enough. And, you know, defensively, just our struggles there really putting us behind, you know, the 8 ball. So, you know, we start off well, and then we have these lulls throughout the game where our defense is kind of impacting the game. And, you know, we have struggles on offense. It's going to happen. You hear it all the time in basketball. You know, we're trying to find that rhythm, but we can't let our defensive, you know, intensity, execution, discipline slip and aid the runs that they're going to go on. So for us, we're going to go back, look at a lot of different things I've mentioned, how we're going to really be better in transition, how we're going to keep the ball in front of us and contain that, and take away the paint and take away the free throw line. You know, it's not going to change overnight, but we need it to, you know, change really quickly here if we're going to, you know, have a chance to be a lot better defensively and be in a lot more ball games and hopefully win some too.
Thanks, Coach.
Great. Thank you, everyone.